From a humble beginning in the suburbs of Melbourne, Brad has risen to managing and owning major shareholdings in companies that now turn over $250 million each year. Brad comes from a poor background. After leaving school at 13 years of age, he obviously had few prospects ahead. He is now described as a business phenomenon. Just 4 years ago, he was losing $200,000 each month with FAI Home Security. He has single-handedly turned his company around and grown from 2 staff to over 1,150. From zero to $250 million per year. Sales are up a staggering 12,000%, and the company now has outlets around the world. His company was recently listed on the USA stock market, but it has not always been easy.
It's never peaches and cream, and it's understanding that failure is not this great big bad thing. That no book starts on page 1. Here is a story of a great success man, and then every other page in the 400-page book is how wonderful life was. Blood and guts and failure is part of the deal.
In 1994, when compared with USA's fastest growing companies, FAI Home Security came third. The amazing side to this story is that he sells only one product, a portable alarm system. He has turned a small Australian security company into one of the largest suppliers of home security systems in the world. A truly remarkable feat. He is the major shareholder and chairman of Rossignol Australia, the world's premier supplier of ski equipment. Rossignol Australia also supply the world-famous Mambo ski wear and Land Rover camping equipment. Brad is also the major shareholder in Laura Star, the world's most successful home ironing system. He has recently secured the Australian rights and is now chairman and the major shareholder of Thomas the Tank Engine, Sesame Street, and Warner Brothers theme products. In addition to his business portfolio, he is a director of the Elizabethan Theatre Trust, of which Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth is patron. Brad's incredible success through the use of exceptional customer service, staff empowerment, and the added value concept is now recognized internationally, not only by corporates, but world business experts Tom Peters and Tony Robbins are speaking of Brad Cooper's Australian security company as part of their message around the world. Australian companies like Westpac, MLC, AMP, National Mutual, Colonial Mutual, PepsiCo, McDonald's, KFC, Weller, Prudential and LJ Hooker, to name a few, are all lining up to hear the Brad Cooper story and to implement his techniques into their company cultures. He is a motivator to the sporting stars, and he is now undoubtedly Australia's most in-demand business speaker, who has in the last 18 months reached a staggering 140,000 business people with his message of added value. None of this happened overnight. You are about to experience a man who, through sheer persistence, passion, belief and integrity, has built a business empire from nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Open your minds to accept some new and outstanding business insights.
When Brad gets up on stage, people have an immediate empathy with him, as he's a business person. Business is tough, and Brad puts that message across and comes through with the answer that a lot of people can identify with, because it's a real answer.
I'd keep applauding now if he was still out there. He's unbelievable.
It was so inspirational.
I think it's sensational. Very emotional.
He's absolutely wonderful. It's too much. He's just brilliant. He just really inspired me.
I thought he was absolutely fantastic.
We are people that open up our own office each day. We run companies. So this is not a full-time profession where we run around the country living, making an earning out of talking to people. We have a lot of things that we do where we make a lot of errors, and we've learnt by mistakes.
Life-changing. Life-changing.
Basic success principles that you can apply to anything, your work, your relationship, sport, business, anything.
And if you can take the pages of the phone book and say, okay, how can I be different in my industry? When people wake up in the morning, when they wake up in the morning, they're not going to turn around and lay here in bed and lay there and say, oh darling, what a great night's sleep. Oh, that was beautiful. Well, you know, today, I think we'll get up and we'll probably have a queue of people at our door waiting to buy our products. It doesn't happen. People don't wake up in the morning with a passion to buy alarm systems. And a lot of people aren't going to wake up in the morning with a passion to buy what you sell. What you've got to do is to try and find a way that when you wake up in the morning, you do things that your competition won't do. By doing things unconditionally. Unconditionally.
What he said is very true, that everything dealing with people comes from the heart.
Fast service, market advantage, against the grain, don't run with the pack, be different. If you're one person here today, if you employ no one, but you will one day, if you're here today as a corporation, you turn around and find a way to create a unique selling proposition. Pen, paper, butcher paper is a good thing, and 6 friends. And then be outrageous. Find ways to come up with all of these things and then cut it back and come up with a package.
I'd actually like to be working with him, to be honest.
He talks from the heart.
And Brad was just truly inspirational.
How much earlier would you wake up in the morning and run out to work if you had more fun in your company? Inject fun, inject added value, inject magic moments. What's the one golden rule they say in real estate? Location, location, location. And if there's a golden rule in business for you, it needs to be add value, add value, add value.
Brad, I thought, had some very special human qualities that I wanted to come back and hear again.
When you look in that phone book and say, okay, there's all your opposition, but what can you do that's different? So what you have to do is brainstorm it and get a task force, get some friends. Don't do it in your office, don't do it at night time. Do it in the morning when you're fresh, maybe at a picnic, maybe down the beach. And that's all you have to do. Find a way to make what you do shine up and glow out.
And just basically work from the heart, then you're just going to be a success.
What are you trying to build? A highway to people's hearts. You know, business does not have to be about market share. If you go and build heart share, big call, heart share.
I've probably never met anybody who's come from the heart as much as what he has. Tremendous.
If all the bosses could be more sympathetic like him and just be so inspiring like he can, the world would be a far better place.
You encourage the process. Don't wait till it's perfect. It won't be perfect. Encourage the process.
The people ideas have been well worthwhile.
Just say well done. Write the letters. Say you're doing a great job.
If you've got good people, you just need to clear roadblocks, and there's some great strategies this morning.
Show a lot of appreciation before it comes back to you, and the more you show, the deeper the loyalty will be, the deeper the respect will be, and the more they'll give you back.
I was very, very impressed.
What I've got is I've got all this information being fed into here. I'm trying to develop this piece of capital. That's the most important piece of real estate in the world. The 3 inches in there.
Overload of ideas, you just don't know where to start.
And it is tough out there, and sometimes you know the feeling. You've got to get up and battle the odds, but you need to find ways to make your business better. Where's your edge? Where's your niche?
Take away a lot of his thoughts and certainly use them in the business I'm involved in.
Well, I've heard him speak a number of times, and each time it's like the first time. You have to see him. Absolutely have to see him. It'll change your life.
You need to be an information junkie on why people don't buy from you. You need to go and ask people why they didn't select you or your product. Our message is to go back and look at what you do and say, what can you do to create magic moments? And what business is about is if you want to have a great house, you've got to have great foundations. And what better foundations for you, as an individual or as a big company, to have added value, deep as your foundations.
Brad Cooper was brilliant.
You know, I got a letter in Adelaide the other week, and the guy wrote a letter that said, "Dear Mr. Cooper, thank you for the inspiration in your seminar today. I am a small furniture retailer in a place called Burra in South Australia. Population in brackets 1,500. And in Burra, I thought I'd have to leave and live in a big city to be the best. I now know that magic moments is something I can embody. You've wakened me from a coma. Thank you. I'll live in Burra for the rest of my life, but I'll also be the best furniture retailer and decorator in the state of South Australia, because you don't have to be big to be the best."
Fantastic. When I'm stuck for words, I'm still affected by it.
It'll help my life, not just my business.
If there are people like Brad still around, I think we have a hope for us.
Apologies for the voice. What we were screaming, Brad was fantastic out there. It's just to see that what we're doing is fairly easy, it's simple compared to what he's been through.
Got so much from it.
One of the best speakers I've seen, and
life-changing.
The most fantastic speaker that I've ever heard speak.
Every word that he said was meaningful in terms of not only our own business but his business. And I think that there's not too many people out there that can go and speak in front of 15,000 people and hold people like that.
Yeah, whatever it costs, it would require. We're just the lucky ones, I think, here.
Inspirational and wonderful.
He's a good communicator, gets his point across, and he's a hero of mine.
You know, that passion he's got, it's not actually here, it's here.
This is the essence of business. It's the essence of where business is going globally, I believe.
What he's really saying is that it doesn't matter how far down you get, so long as you keep focused on what you want, and so long as you keep working for it, you can get it.
Brad Cooper was absolutely sensational. He spoke really directly from the heart.
The notions of integrity, reliability, honesty go through every walk in life, and they're very motivational.
That's what it is, add value. That's what it's about.
Very refreshing to hear a speaker like Brad talking from the grassroots level.
He's the most inspirational speaker I've ever come across, and I think everyone here at this particular conference, the 18,000 people, they would agree with me.